Craziest stories that have ever happened to you. So one of my most craziest stories are whenever I was just like at school and it was something that happened to the lockers. So basically, I'm just gonna give you some context to what happened. Was that I was obviously we do our normal day schedule, and then we at the end we do math and then writing, and then after we do that he calls like our teacher, he calls like girls or boys, and then all the girls or all the boys go into the hallway, and this time it was the girls, but then after they call it girls or boys, and then he will call random people's names one by one to go out into the hallway and grab their stuff. And so I happen to be like the fourth or fifth one. I don't know why that matters, but I happen to be like the fourth or fifth one getting called out into the office area, not the office area, into the hallway to go grab our stuff. And while I was out there, there's this girl next to me to the left of my lockers. I do not like her. I despise her. We're just going to call her Locker Girl, right? And so she's to the left of me, and there's another girl to the right of me who's in the locker too. But the one to the left of me, we both hated each other, or still hate each other. I don't know. But so then I'm just sitting there as I'm opening up my locker. I'm putting in the code. She kind of like hits me in the head with her locker door, like slightly, not the most hardest, but slightly, And then after that, she does it again whenever my locker door is open. So I find opening up my locker door. I open it up and just straight to my head slams me with the locker door. And yet I was just crying after that, because obviously that's gonna hurt when you get hit in the top left part of your head by a locker door. That's gonna hurt. So as I go back to the classroom, I have my backpack and everything. I'm like, what the frick? So then I slam her locker door shut because I was mad that she decided she wanted to hit the locker door. And then her friend who shares a locker with her, she goes, what the frick? And pushes me. I'm like, excuse me? You have no audacity to push me right now. So then I grab my locker, I grab my backpack and stuff out of my locker, slam my locker door, slam hers, leave. And then I'm inside of the classroom, right? And I'm like crying and stuff. So I wait on my teacher to be done, like sorting stuff out inside of his closet thing, right? And so he's like putting stuff in there, putting stuff away from his closet that he has in the classroom. And then so while he does that, I wait on that, and then I tell him, I'm like, my head hurts a lot. I can slam the locker door into my head. He's like, oh no, what's wrong, right? And then I tell him what happened. Then we go out into the hallway. He calls in Locker Girl, the girl next to me that hit me in the head with the locker out here, right? And while we're in the hallway, he's like, can you please say sorry and apologize? And then I tell my side of the story. She tells her side of the story, which is obviously cap. You know what she says? She says, oh yeah, I was at my locker and I was just getting everything, and I got everything, and I shut my locker door and I left. And then, but whenever I did, he slammed my locker door. And then I was like, no, that never happened. And I was like, see, she's clearly lying. Look at this. And I point to myself because I was obviously crying because it hurt. And then after that, I tell my side of the story. Then he goes, Locker Girl, can you say sorry? Just say sorry. Apologize to me, because that was very rude of you, or like that hurt him. And then she goes, sorry. Like I could barely even hear. I didn't hear it. He was like, did you hear that? And I was like, no. And I said no in my head, but I was like, yeah, I heard it, because I didn't want to be in the hallway anymore, right? So then I go back into the classroom, and I tell my best friends, I tell Z and B, and my girlfriend before she was my girlfriend, about what happened. And I was basically like, oh yeah, so this happened. And I was trying to like hold in the crying because, I was done and my voice was trembly because, he's like, you could cry around us. I mean, I did not still. But as I was doing that, right, she goes over to my teacher's desk, and I forget the whole part about in the hallways, like, how he hit my locker door, and then I told my teacher about it, right? She tells him that I slammed her locker door shut. So then I get in trouble for slamming her locker door, but she gets in absolutely zero trouble for slamming the locker door into my head twice. I mean, once is probably an accident. You could say it's an accident, you know. Maybe you opened it a little bit too aggressive, but it didn't hurt that much on the first try. But 2 times, full arm back slammed straight into my head. That is not an accident. That is no accident there. So I end up getting in more trouble for slamming her locker door shut instead of her getting in trouble for literally slamming the locker door straight into my head. How does that make any sense at all? But yeah, I just wanted to tell this story for you guys. So yeah, see ya and like and subscribe. Thank you.